The Germa 06 is coming to the One Piece card game. Let's talk about that. Hello everyone, my name is Zero and welcome to Anything Geek, where you can enjoy your good news about the One Piece card game. And today we're gonna talk about the Vinsmoke family. So of course we already have like two leaders that are revealed for the game, which is Yamato and Uta, and they've announced through promotional stuff on the social media that Reiju is gonna be one of the leader from OP06. Not only that, but they've also shown a bit of the Vinsmoke package that is gonna come in OP06 along with this leader. But let's start with a closer look to Vinsmoke Reiju, which is gonna be the leader, which is blue-purple, of the Vinsmoke family and Germa 66, with the effect that during your turn, once per turn, when one of your Dawn cards on the field is returned to your Dawn deck, you can draw a card. It seems like a very basic effect until you kind of look at it and you realize this is gonna be good, because she has the purple color, which means that you will have cards which Dawn -4 effect, and so you're gonna be able to draw cards consistently. Well, I mean, as consistently as once per turn allow you to be. And of course, since Reiju is the leader, we're gonna have her brother as regular cards for your deck. And let's start with Vinsmoke Ichiji, a 7 cost 7 power with the Vinsmoke family and Germa 66 type. And on play, if you have less Dawn on your field than your opponents, you can give up to one of your opponent's character -2000 during this turn. And this character gains Rush. So you have purple Rush as well as nerf to your opponent. That is very good. It's still 7 cost, so very steep price, but given what you get from that effect, it's pretty much worth it. And next we have Vinsmoke Niji, which is a 5 cost, 6000 power, Vinsmoke family and Germa 66, and his effect is a bit more complicated because on play, if you have less Dawn on your field than your opponents, you can choose one of the following. You can either KO up to one of your opponent's character that costs 2 or less, or you can return up to one of your opponent's character that costs 4 or less to the owner's hand. And it also has a counter plus 1000. So Niji is gonna be there primarily to deal with the low cost blockers that your opponents might have on the board to allow your other cards to do their work. But we're not stopping there, because we also have Vinsmoke Yanji, which is a 4 cost, 5000 power of the Vinsmoke family and Germa 66. And if you have less Dawn on your field than your opponent, this character has plus 1000 power and is a blocker with 1000 counter. And I mean, we're 3 cards in right now, and if you don't see the pattern yet, let me spell it out for you. This deck will thrive when you make sure that you have less Dawn than your opponents, because then you unlock a ton of effects on play, and this one which is permanent. So during the opponent's turn, if you have less Dawn than your opponent, you still have the boost in power, and this is a blocker, so this is useful on your opponent's turn. But if you're not convinced yet that this is the game flow that they're going for with that archetype, we have Reiju as the last card, and she's a 4 cost 5000 power of the Vinsmoke family and Germa 66, with an on-play effect that if you have less Dawn on your field than your opponent, and if you have 5 or less cards in your hand, you can draw 2 cards. So clearly, if you want to play the Vinsmoke family, you have to make sure that you have less Dawn on your field than your opponent, which is kind of weird, because usually you want more Dawn than your opponents quicker, so you can play bigger things quicker and get more inertia with your deck, especially because purple is supposed to be ramp, so a lot of effects that allow you to draw Dawn cards rested to get more on your next turn, and here we have kind of the opposite. So I'm very curious to see how this is gonna play out. But this is not all that we've got, because we have 2 last cards that we need to talk about, and they're gonna be the baby version of Ichiji and Reiju. And Vinsmoke Ichiji is gonna be a 4 cost 5000 power with 1000 counter of the Vinsmoke family and Germa 66, and has an activate main Dawn -1. You may trash this character, and if your leader has a Germa 66 type, you may play up to 1 cost 7 Vinsmoke Ichiji from your hand or trash. I mean, you play that Ichiji and you get to bust out the other one for free. That's And you're not like, you don't even have to do that on the spot. It's an activate main, so long as your opponent doesn't KO this, you can just leave it on the board and potentially make a big combo later on. You can bust it out like fairly early on in the game. But we also have Vinsmoke Reju right next to him, which is a 2-cost 2000 power with 1000 counter of the Vinsmoke family and Germa 06 of course. And an activate main down -1, you may trash this character, and if your leader has the Germa 06 type, you may play up to 1 cost for Vinsmoke Reju from your hand or your trash. So clearly here they're trying to make you play the bigger costs early on by playing a lower cost and trashing them. And remember, both Ichiji and Reiju's effects have a down -1 attached to them, so when you look at their bigger counterparts, the 4-cost Reiju and the 7-cost Ichiji, their effects are if you have less down than your opponent. So if you bust them out early and you have a down -1 to play them, then you are going to have less done than your opponents. Do with that what you will. So there you go guys, this is the Vinsmoke family package that we have so far, and I think it's gonna be very interesting to play and with a lot of combo actually between the cards. But this is still a bit too early to tell because we don't know what other cards we might have in purple or blue that has the Vinsmoke family and Germa 06 tag. But in the meantime, let me know down in the comment section below, are you hyped for the Vinsmoke family? Do you like the Germa 06? Which one of the Vinsmoke family is your favorite? Or maybe are you still waiting to see what the judge cards will look like, if there's gonna be one? Drop me all that in the comment section below. And in the meantime, if you're still here, that means the video was at the very least entertaining to you, so please leave a like, to the glory of the Germa 06 of course. And while you're doing that, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to never miss anything geek. Bye guys!